Today I'm doing the analysis of the study that I did with a professional artist yesterday. So here is the graph. So this artist is an animator and a character designer, and so his line is the yellow one, I'm the blue one, and my friend that is really a complete beginner is the red one. And let's see the results. So first he starts around 5% at 1 minute, then here it's 2.5 minutes, he is at I think 4.1%, then he go at 5 minutes at 2.9, and starting from there he's starting to plateau, and then at 10 he's getting a bit lower, and then it go back up. And at the end he finished at 2.4 at 20 minutes. So let's look into the analysis. So just before that, I just want to tell you about the factors that we have to take into account regarding this. So it was done with my setup. So on my computer I use a Mac and I use a PC. I use an AZERTY keyboard and I use a QWERTY keyboard. He used not the same software, he used Medicbang and I use Krita. We don't calibrate our tablet the same way, so the cursor is not exactly on the same way on the screen, so it's a bit annoying. Something else, this is just one 20-minute study, so it's not his actual average accuracy, it's only one sample. And let's keep in mind all of that before we make some too many conclusions from that. I think if I have time with him, maybe I will try to do more of this. But so far, if we start to analyze this, what we can say is that the starting error is pretty low, and really quickly correcting himself to 2.9% error, which is a good level of accuracy when you work on the production. He told me also that he never really has more than 5 minutes to pass on 3 lines. We did the calculation, and he really don't pass that much time on his drawing because he have to do a lot of them. And then that's why I think he plateau really quickly after the first minute. His drawing doesn't really improve because I think usually he don't really pass more than that for each line. Which makes sense because he will never be paid if he passed 20 minutes on 3 lines. Then something else, faces, I've on average 150 lines, and if you pass 100 seconds per line, so like the 20-minute drawing, no, it's not 20-minute drawing, 100 seconds per line is just 5 minutes. For 3 lines. It will take you 4 hours to make that face. So this is way too long to make a keyframe. So if you are your precision at 5 minutes, that means you can have the same precision on a drawing of 5 hours for a big drawing of a face. 4 hours. So it's quite long. And a good speed would be 30 seconds per line. Because 30 seconds per line, you could do this face drawing in an hour, or a good drawing in an hour, and that way you can do 8 keyframes per day, and 8 keyframes per day as an animator. I think it's okay. You're starting to do some animation, and then you have the in-between keyframes that are faster to do, and you draw rough, and there's some other stuff that you can take into account. It's not exactly a one-to-one thing, but I think 30 seconds for just observation should be a good goal. And so here, his error after 30 seconds on each line was around 4%, which is the threshold I have set for good production drawing on my video, where I see how much error is good enough to be a pro, how much the industry don't want to look to work with you, and when does the viewer actually see that you are bad at drawing. And so 4% was you're good to work in the industry. 6% they don't want to work with you, and 8% even the viewers know that you are doing bad drawings. So in the end, few takeaways. So if everyone can be precise with time and patience, as we've seen with my beginner friend, but what makes a pro artist stand out and that matter is their speed. And something else that is not written here is that also I'm not sure that my friend could draw 150 line drawings and be super precise with it, because he will need to stay like focused on it for 6 hours or 8 hours, and it's a really long time, and also it's really more complex, and I'm not sure the complexity is also something that you can manage right at the start. So if you're already starting out, maybe it will be hard on that. I'm not sure about it. Something else, the artist's low starting error is probably the reason why they can quickly spot errors in drawing compared to regular anime viewers. So someone that draws well, usually when they see an anime, they see many errors, and they see what they could correct or modify really quickly. And yep. Something else, the first 100 seconds you pass on a line is the most important. After that, you don't really make much improvement. It's a lot of time invested. So focus on before the first 100 seconds. As an objective, you should also probably give yourself 30 seconds per line and still arrive at a 4% error at the end to be a pro. So if you give yourself 30 seconds per line and at the end your drawing is at 4% of error, then you are, I think for observation, you can stop here for now, and you can go on something else, on another subject, because you are probably good enough. And 2% max accuracy is also enough to be a pro. If you have some more time to correct your drawing and you are capable to go up to 2% of max accuracy, that's good enough. But as we've seen, even my friend was able to go at 2%, but he was really slow. So maybe I should also see how long should you take to go to 2% accuracy. And the pro artist did it in, if I remember correctly, I think around 10 minutes. Anyway, that's the end of this video for today, and thanks again to my friend that helped me with this video, and see you on the other one. Bye guys!